hear Barry in the background, huh? And you already know Anthony Taylor, Glam Life Kim in the studio. About to set it off. Hold on, let me make sure. I don't think our mics are really hot. How you feel? Can you hear me? I can't hear you at all. Let's try that.
This one, can you hear me?
That's Kim.
Hey.
Yeah, see? The queens are first. You can't say no more. Yeah, you got to stand back there, Doc.
Y'all too kind.
What is going on? When the queen in the building, she got to have the mic first. Hey, man. Okay, listen.
Y'all make me feel so special.
We're 89.9 KMOJ, today's R&B and throwbacks, because you are special. Incredible.
Oh, I
Family
appreciate
fun
it.
day.
Oh, it was so much fun.
So many artists out there and set it off, free food. Boy, them kids. I couldn't even get a hot dog. Them kids, they was off the chain. They was off the chain. Hey, slide that mic over there to Anthony, Mr. Taylor, right there. Yeah, Taylor.
I mean, you know, you can't pass up a hot dog, but when you snooze, you lose, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Kim had us working, you know what I mean? We got to get on the stage. We got to do the thing.
That's what she do, though. She an organizer, man. That's what she do.
That's glam.
You just got to follow directions. That's all.
That's all I did.
Right.
Oh, shoot. Off the chain. Mr. Taylor, it's always a pleasure to see you, man, and
Yes,
always
sir.
talk with you.
Yes, sir.
What is going on today, Minneapolis 360, ladies and gentlemen? Anthony Taylor, Glam Life Kim, about to take over and do the thing and give us information.
Yeah, man. You know, it's always good to get info, man. This is the last of the reimagining public safety unarmed response programs that we've been talking about for a while now. So I got a crew that's coming on. It's just do dynamite work, man. Some of the partners that the city of Minneapolis partner with that's going to get on and talk about the work that they do, man. And just this campaign has been beautiful, man. So just really good information, man, about the responses, the unarmed police responses, man, the people on the ground that's doing the work, the people behind the scenes in the city who's really making this stuff together. And it's all a partnership. Like, these are relationships that folks in the community have built with the city of Minneapolis staff, specifically the Office of Violence Prevention, man. Just some wonderful people putting in great work over there, man. So we going to spotlight them, man, and let them people know, man. So
I know, man.
This is one of my favorite shows, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Love it, man.
Especially when there's real people out there doing the real work,
The
man.
real work.
Yeah. It was a couple weeks ago we had a brother on, and we was talking to him, man, and I forget his name, man, but he was just talking about how he came home and transitioned to give back to his community. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, this is like, man, you got to put this people on, man. You got to, man. And so I'm happy. So we going to get it, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man. It's going to be off the chain. I love the show. You and Glam Life Kim.
Man, we do it big. You know,
y'all doing big.
I mean, she my right hand. Like, Kim is just
y'all
it's
ride
crazy.
or die.
Ride
Y'all
or die.
Bonnie and Clyde up in the show.
man. You know, so, and then she knows sometimes I talk too fast, and then, I skip over some stuff. Kim be like, and she'll fill it in, It's like, man. So, it's a beautiful thing,
She's a
man.
professional without question. You're both professionals, man. We appreciate the work, and we look forward to the show.
Appreciate
Coming
it.
up in less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Minneapolis 360.
All
Okay, now, I got 10 minutes. What you want to hear? You got something on your brain?
Yeah. I always got something in my brain, man. I come prepared because you be putting me on the spot.
Yeah, I put you.
You know what I'm saying?
I put your black ass on the spot.
But don't make me try to sing, bro. You know what you be trying to do, man. You be trying to get me out
come
there.
on with it. Come on
singing
with
off key. But I got a song, man.
What you got? What you better come on with it?
Let's play it, and then you know what I'm saying it'll surprise some people. They know it's old school. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But yeah, so
here we go,
let's
Kim.
rock it,
Kim, you ready? I know Kim is always ready.
Yeah. I heard this song yesterday, and it's been in my head. So
it's all right. It's gonna be on the chain.
It's gonna be on the chain.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into Minneapolis 360 with Anthony Taylor and Glam Life Kim, Anthony Taylor's going to do a debut song.
There you go. That's what you did it right in front of my face, dude. I
didn't even look in your eyes. He's going to sing, ladies and gentlemen, up the chain.
Don't mess me up like that.
Stay where you are.
Nah, brother.
We're 89.9 KMOJ. You find yourself at the end of the rope. You tie a knot. Hold on tight, because ain't nobody bad like you. God bless. Peace. Minneapolis 360. Up next, Glam Life Kim, Anthony Taylor. We're going all in. stay with y'all for 89.9. Peace. Gotta be a leader, baby. Good Lord say so. I'll join you tomorrow at 9 a.m. in the morning. Peace.
89.9 KMOJ FM and KMOJ.
Now let me holler at you for a minute.
KMOJ, the People Station. What's up, Anthony
Hey,
Taylor? It
hey,
is
hey,
time
what's
for
good?
Minneapolis 360.
Favoriteest person. I'm talking about you. Talking about
And
you.
I'm talking about
That's
you.
right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's reciprocal.
I know that. Hey, family.
There it is.
You good?
I am awesome. The sun is shining. It's a good day.
It's a beautiful day.
It's actually hot outside
It's
today.
hot. It's hot. You know,
It
I
is.
always think sometimes August, man, can be tricky. It can be too hot, but this
Man,
is.
it's
Yesterday was great. Though.
It was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And today, I'm not complaining because,
Right.
we usually get more cool or more gray skies
right,
than
right.
sunny skies. So I'm happy for today.
right. But when you in the studio, it's just sunshine all day.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Kinda
Plus
corny,
that
but it was real,
song
though.
you just played, though. I love it, though. I love it. But
Yeah,
thank you.
I had to. You know,
Yes, big timers.
I
That
had-
one had me dancing. You saw me over
I
here
know
doing
that. I know it take you back. You know
It
what I mean? That's
did.
what it do. I was thinking of a song like as Glenn always put me on the spot. I'm like, what's the song?
Right.
What's the song? So I'm playing some music and that came on. It's like, right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that one
tomorrow.
today.
I'm going to do that
man.
one on Sunday. So
Okay.
you open the doors.
All right, see that. That's what's up. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Welcome to Minneapolis 360. I am your host, Anthony Taylor, with the city of Minneapolis. As always, riding shotgun with my girl Glam Life Kim here today. 1 o'clock on a beautiful Wednesday out there in Minneapolis. Hopefully you
Yes.
enjoy yourself, enjoy the weather. Just a beautiful day. And what's beautiful about today, too, is there is, for the last couple of months, Minneapolis, you know that we've been talking about different ways to reimagine public safety, different ways for folks in the community, for unarmed responses. We had a lot of great people on this show,
did.
Kim, right?
Yep. And even today.
And even today, and I've got some really cool people, some favorites that I know in the city, and some of their partners to come in and talk about some of the work that they do in community. This is the last one of the series, Minneapolis, so I want y'all to really dig into this information because it's important. You've probably been seeing them out there anyway. Right, doing the work in the community. So just want to highlight these folks, man, because people know them in the streets. They've been doing work everywhere.
Forever.
You know, and just really want to put them on. So I'm going to stop talking, y'all, because I'm going to just really turn this over to the experts. I want to welcome today Project Life Next Step in the City of Minneapolis Office of Violence Prevention, Jen White, Jalila Abdul-Brown, and Wes Berry Belton to the show. Welcome, y'all. Thank y'all for coming to Minneapolis 360.
Yes.
Hey, good afternoon, Anthony. Thank you for having us. Yes.
Absolutely. And Jen, I want to start with you so you can kick off some of these beautiful community partners. Jen White from the Office of Violence Prevention, one of the dopest sisters in the city, period, that I love, period. Like, you said that with a pride.
With the poo, period.
Period. So Jen, welcome, man, and just, kick us off, man. What's, you good, and what's going on?
Sure. Well, thank you, brother, for those accolades, and Kim as well. I appreciate that. And I'm really happy to be here today, and really, really thrilled that we could have Jalila and Wes join as well. I'm Jen White. I am the manager of community and interagency engagement with the city's Office of Violence Prevention, and I'm really honored to be here and talk a little bit more about the work that we're doing.
Talking with Jen White from the Office of Violence Prevention. Jen, tell us a little bit about more of what you do. I mean, this department is doing so much great work throughout the years. Just kind of tell folks who really don't know, but there's a lot who do. Like, what exactly does the Office of Violence Prevention do?
Sure. So our office has been around. We were officially created into an office in 2018. However, the work has been happening dating back all the way to 2006. And back then it was all centered around youth violence prevention. Since then, we've evolved and grown quite a bit. And really what our focus in the Office of Violence Prevention is on using a public health-based approach to address violence in the community. And what we mean by that is that we believe that violence, like a disease, is preventable, and we can also treat it, and that it is curable.
Wow.
And today, so today in our office is now a part of a of a growing movement that's happening across the country. And we were selected this year. Minneapolis was chosen as one of 16 cities to be a part of a White House initiative on community violence intervention. So we are really honored, along with St. Paul, to be a part of that work that's happening across the country.
That's wonderful.
Talking with Jen White, Office of Violence Prevention. We're going to get to Jalila and Wes here in a second. But, you know, Jen, what's one of the most interesting things that I've seen, and we've talked about it a lot on this show in community, is just the reimagining public safety, right? Mm-hmm. And, like, this campaign has been great to get the information out, but people have been on the streets for a while. So just talk a little bit more about reimagining public safety and what it really means as far as our community.
Yes, absolutely. Happy to. So I, really, and I think this has been a buzzword that we've been hearing more and more over the last couple of years. But really what it means is, how are we thinking more broadly about safety? What constitutes a safe community? And what can we all do to contribute to that? And it's more than just emergency response. We have all of our first responders, and I think, we're used to defaulting to that, from the time we're children, police and fire and EMS 911. But really, how are we thinking bigger and adding more to the mix when we're talking about a broader ecosystem of safety? And I like to call it an ecosystem because I think everybody has a role to play. And certainly our programming and our work is very community-centered and community-focused. And I really see it as being a part of the puzzle. And really, how are we being more inclusive and expanding our ideas around how we're approaching safety and getting the community involved? How are the community members getting involved in creating safe and healthy neighborhoods and communities for themselves?
And when you talk about that too, and I know we're going to get to some of the external partners, but Jen, talk about some of the internal partners that you've been partnering with the Office of Violence Prevention. I'm sure like police and other departments, but are there more partnerships that you kind of developed in the city internally?
Yes, absolutely. We really can't do this alone, and I think that's not just unique to the Office of Violence Prevention, but we have to really build those partnerships and those relationships really across the city. So, we partner with everyone from, your department, Anthony, neighborhood and community relations. You all, you and your team are really, really critical to helping us with the work. We also partner with, NPD, obviously, and even the Office of Performance and Innovation, who have been helping lead the whole kind of reimagine work and the campaign around it and helping us spread that information. But we really see our role as working across every department because everybody does have a stake in creating these safe communities. I mean, even Public Works, we partner with Public Works. We partner with the CPED community development. I mean, it's really a coalition of working across all of the departments and getting everybody involved.
Yeah.
Talking with Jen White from the City of Minneapolis, Office of Violence Prevention, reimagining public safety, just this really great body of work that's been going on in our city. And Jen, so we got, two folks on, and I want to kind of bring you, have you introduce them that are really some of the programs that the Office of Violence Prevention provides. So I just want to set the table for you to bring on our guests and talk about, some of these partners that we've been partnering with. Yes,
absolutely. And we definitely want to hear from them as the folks who are really out there in the community doing the work. So our office really, really is grounded in the thought that it takes all of us, and our slogan is Minneapolis. It takes all of us to prevent violence.
Yes.
And we do that, right? Because we all have a role. And we really do that by focusing on kind of three bigger areas, and that's using evidence-informed strategies. And those are programs that have worked in other cities across the country. We also do that by cultivating innovation and capacity building, and meaning that we believe in the brilliance of our community and people who have ideas and how we can support them into doing their own work on the ground. And then the other third bucket is around youth violence prevention. So today, from our evidence-based work, we have Jalila Abdul Brown from our Next Step, which is a hospital-based intervention program, as well as Wes Berry Belton, who works with Project Life, which is our local version of the GVI initiative, which stands for Group Violence Intervention. And I would love to welcome both of them and hear from them on the work that they're doing on the ground every day.
Yep, Wes, let's start with you, brother.
Hey, what's going on today? How y'all doing?
Good,
Hey,
good,
Wes.
bro.
Yeah, so my name is Wes. I'm with Project Life, and the Life stands for Life Interventions for Empowerment, Lifestyle Interventions for Empowerment. Apologies. And a lot of the work that we do is the case management, mentorship, and just guidance, getting guys from a gang and group, violent lifestyle, getting them to the other side, just getting them to understand the importance of living a better lifestyle, to some extent a healthier lifestyle, get them to change the mindset and seeing that life can be beautiful, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
when you take that risk to do something different with your life. And, for me and the team that do this work, we come from the lifestyle. We all had different roles within the lifestyle, but we come from it. So we understand the difficulties and the struggles of getting out of it. It's easy to get in, it's extremely hard to get out.
Yep.
So we understand those difficulties and we work with them very closely, to do so. I mean, taking calls at 2, 3 in the morning just to have conversation, just to help somebody get it together mentally and emotionally to be able to move on to the next day, dealing with daily triggers and daily struggles, and there's no end date to it. At the end of the day, it's not like these guys have to be with us for 6 months or a year. They can be with us, as long as they need to be, as long as they're comfortable, and we do move them forward. I mean, we got guys who've been with us for quite some time that have made some serious strides in their life, not only for themselves, but for their children and as well as their other family, and are now influencing family who they have that is in the lifestyle to get out and start trying different things and doing different things.
This is wonderful.
Talking with.
Yeah, and
Go ahead, Jen.
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope.
I was just going to add that, the slogan and really what the focus of our Project Life work is around keeping everyone safe, alive, and free. And that includes everyone who are both clients and working with us, but also the community at large, because we all deserve to feel safe, alive, and free in our communities.
Talking
Yeah,
with.
thank you, Jen. I forgot that point.
No worries. I got you, brother.
Talking to Jen White, Wes Berry Belton from Project Life, and now I want to bring on Jalila Abdul Brown to talk about Next Step. How you doing, sis? And welcome.
I'm doing great. Hey, everyone. Hey, Kim.
Hey, sis.
Hey, thank you guys for having me today. So, yeah, the Next Step program is a hospital violence intervention program. And we basically work with people when they are injured and they come into the hospital, whether that you are shot, stabbed, or assaulted. And I like to say we have the first 48. Now, everybody knows what that TV show is.
Right.
They're looking for criminals, but we got the first 48 hours to meet you at the bedside to make sure that you don't become a criminal by retaliation or recidivism, by you going out to try to re-injure who injured you. So what Next Step does, the Next Step hospital-based program is based out of Hennepin Healthcare. And then we are a partnership with the City of Minneapolis Office of Violence Prevention, North Memorial, and as well as Abbott Northwestern Hospital. So those are the 3 hospitals that we are based out of. If you come into North Memorial, you come into Abbott Northwestern or Hennepin Healthcare, you will see, you are guaranteed to see someone from our team. So what we do in those first 48 hours is we talk to you, and we like to say we share a story for a story. And what that is we tell you a little bit about us to get to know a little bit about you. We don't work with the police, but we do work for the hospital. And we offer resources such as a lot of times people understand when you get shot, it takes you out of your feet. They cannot work. These are people who were working some of the times. These are people who have kids, jobs, and lives. And a bullet, you don't just take it to your body, but you take it to your brain. So we offer those resources of physical therapy, mental health, and then as well as medical and financial assistance to get you back on your feet after you take the bullet. So we like to say we don't just help people heal, but we help them recover. So the Next Step team, we meet you at your bedside, and then we help them, like I said, not just with the physical wound, but with the mental wound that you're going to experience after you take a bullet to your body. So most of the people that we treat, they come into those 3 trauma hospitals, and they're coming from all over. And the city of Minneapolis Office of Violence Prevention has been a passionate about doing this work on the ground.
True story.
And we have seen a 80%. Now watch this: 80% recidivism and a decrease in retaliation, all because of the people who the Next Step program comes into contact with. A lot of them are not retaliating. We help them get jobs, we help them get food, and we help them get back on their feet. So that is what the Next Step program does.
Yes, I can attest to it. I actually, my niece and nephew's mom was shot and ended up later dying in the hospital. And you guys were there before we were there. So I think that's a beautiful thing. And we're really helpful with the children and even just after the fact. So I commend all 3 of you and what you're doing. Wes as well. I mean, that's huge. Just that transitioning is not easy.
It's not easy.
So the fact that you guys, are there to help make it, a little bit easier, and just to be supportive to those who are wanting to get out of this gang life. It's brilliant.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Jen, just your team and you guys putting it all together and working. Minneapolis is brilliant.
Right.
Just the whole thing about partnership, I always say that, is, man, if we all would work together, we can be so powerful.
Right. And the beautiful thing about it, and that's hella well said, the fact, too, is the relationships that people build and cultivate, right? And it's the authenticity around it. Like, our people ain't going to mess with you if they know that you ain't about what you say. You know what I mean? So that's just one of the most crucial things. Right. And with the people, and I'm going to stop politicking. I'm just going to say this. Sometimes, there's some not rightness in the city enterprise that we work, but it's the people who are building those relationships in different departments, like Jen and E and Sasha when she was formerly here, and Josh, and all those other folks. Man, that's authentic, real relationships. Right. So I'm glad you said that. And one of the things I want to ask all 3 of you too is just to really talk about like some of the things that you have seen, right, that maybe not have shocked you. So I'm not looking for shock stories, but just something that was inspiring or just really made you feel some type of way in your soul that just made the day better, made somebody's family better. So, like, just, Wes, I want to kick it off to you, then I want to go to Jalila, then I'll go to Jen. So just kind of just share something that you think is interesting that people might want to know.
Interesting as far as like working with our participants.
Just anything, like your experiences, man, just doing this work, right? Like, what's something that you would want to share with people? That's just something that
keeps you going.
That keeps you going.
What really keeps me going is seeing our participants get to where they want to be in life. Yeah. Like we said, the transition is not easy. So, when we had those conversations with people on where they want to go in life, what do they want to do outside of what they've already been doing, a lot of them do actually have goals, they have dreams, they have things that they want to do. And this lifestyle isn't necessarily they want to be stuck in all their life. So when we had those conversations, what keeps me going is hearing them talk about, hey, I want to get my CDLs, I want to be a CNA, an underwater welder, I want to have my own LLC, my own nonprofit. I want to do motivational speaking, and to see the participants actually reach that goal is what really keeps me going and just keeps me inspired. You know what I mean? It's just, I can't describe the feeling of seeing somebody, that others gave up hope or gave up faith on, and just, and as being one of those people that, honestly, people just saw like, you ain't going to be alive, by the time you're 15 or by the time you're 21. You'll either be dead or locked up for the rest of your life. So seeing those same people that people lost hope in and people lost faith in actually get to where they want to be in life, actually chase those dreams and reach those dreams, that's probably what really just gets me going and keeps me going throughout the day. And that's really what gets me to answer that phone at all hours of the day, is knowing that I get to assist somebody in doing that. You know,
Right.
the success ain't mine; it's theirs. Because the
Mm-hmm.
reality is, I did nothing more than gave out positive suggestions, words of wisdom, and encouragement. But they put the determination in. You know, they put the work in to
Mm-hmm.
get there and to do it, and to be able to pick up the phone and ask for help is huge. Because
It
as you know,
is.
that's not something we used to doing,
Yeah.
and that's not something we like to do. So when they pick up the phone and ask for help, you know, they serious about it and they
Yeah.
want to do it. So knowing that somebody can pick the phone up and say, Wes, man, I appreciate everything you did, and call the other team and say the same thing and say, man, you know, I got my CDLs. I'm driving
Man,
trucks now,
Right.
it's a
or
beautiful
man, you
Right.
know, I
thing.
went and got
Right.
yeah, you know, I got my, you know, my RN license. I'm a CNA now. You know, man, I got my LLC, and I'm looking to do some motivational speaking with the kids and tap into other resources, and to be able to have those resources available and give them to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's an undescribable feeling knowing that you can see somebody at the beginning of the journey, and when you see
Mm-hmm.
them at, I don't like to call it the end of the
Then,
journey,
right.
but you know what I mean. But you get to see them at that point in life where things are coming together for them. It's a
Mm-hmm.
different look in their eyes. They have a different demeanor,
They move different.
and
Yeah.
yeah, they
It's a
move
new
Yeah.
different.
beginning.
Right.
It's a new beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is, man. And to see them love life for all that life has to offer, man, it's just beautiful. It's a gorgeous thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's undescribable.
Wonderful.
Talking to Westbury Belton with Project Life. Jalila, next step. What keeps you going, sis?
I would say what keeps me going now in the last 3 years, we've had a huge impact of a lot of women and girls being shot in the city of Minneapolis and Hennepin County. And what keeps me going is we have, speaking of the Office of Violence Prevention, the community piece, my nonprofit partners with um, the Office of Violence Prevention in the community at Shiloh Temple. And we get to see a lot of these girls also and women in the community. My sister being a victim of violence that was shot, it's inspiring to see what we like to say a French term of mise en place. And that simply means to put back in place.
Mm.
When I see these women and girls recover from gun violence, to be their lives be put back in place,
Mm-hmm.
it inspires me to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm watching my sister. She's now the owner of Go Skin Space, one of the
Mm-hmm.
best Black skin spas in
Twin
Minnesota.
Cities, yeah.
To see her recover
Yes.
from gun violence is just powerful to me, and it keeps me
Mm-hmm.
going. And when I see young girls recover and they're in jobs now, their kids are in therapy and they're doing well,
Yeah.
that keeps me motivated and keeps me going and keeps me answering my phone and keeps me doing this job of what?
Mm-hmm.
Helping people recover, because we're just really putting them back in place. It's the mise en place for me. And I would say that's what keeps me going.
I
And
love
it's
that.
inspiring that people who've went through so much, right? I've been through so much trauma, and to see them recover and yet have hope.
Yes.
Mm.
I want to talk about the hope, because the hope, if you don't have hope beyond a bullet, if you don't have
Yeah.
hope beyond a gang, if you
Yeah.
don't have hope beyond being shot or even experiencing homicide, you don't have anything else. And I think our
Yes.
job,
It's to
and what
give them
Wes
hope.
said, we're
Yeah.
good at giving people hope, because we
Yes.
believe that even though this happened to you, this is not your end. Even though
Mm-hmm.
that happened to you, you
That's
can
right.
recover. Even though that happened to you, we're going to even help you with the tools to
Yes.
recover. I like to tell people a lot of times we don't need a handout, we just need help.
Yeah.
And if you get somebody to help
That's
you and
right.
point
Support.
you to the right direction and put you back on track, a lot of times that's
Mm-hmm.
all you need. And these women and girls and the people in the hospital, I could be anywhere and they come up to me, hey, Jalila, remember, sometimes I don't even remember, right?
Right.
But it's encouraging to
Yeah.
know that you inspired somebody else
Somebody.
and you were
Mm-hmm.
a catalyst of helping somebody else change their life. And that's what keeps me motivated.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean
Beautiful.
that's great with what both of y'all are
Mm-hmm.
saying. I mean, you couldn't
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't have said it no better than that. And it's just
Right.
really you can hear it in your voice and
Mm-hmm.
sharing that, because I think a lot of times people, you know, and what I'm glad, Kim, you had framed it like keep you going, because we're not out here to tell people's business, right? We're just
Right.
giving our
No.
hope, like you said, you're giving our
Yeah.
hope to people. And
Jalila, yeah.
and Jen, just real quick as we run up against the clock, what keeps you going, sis?
You know, it's really hard to be on the inside. I always say inside game is hard. and transforming these systems is a lot of work because they were never built for us. So what I find that what keeps me going is not only having these amazing partnerships and the fact that I get to work with people like Jalila, like Wes, like Sasha Cotton, like Josh Peterson, but how we are making a difference in the people's lives that we touch, and seeing the brilliance in them, seeing someone like Wes was saying, make that change, and be able to be successful. And I think a lot of times people just need to know that others believe in them and that we see you and we see your potential. And nobody is disposable in our community. And I think that for me, that is what keeps me going. And knowing that this work is hard, but we've got these great partners, and we're doing this to make a better tomorrow for my sons, for your children, for our entire collective community, because we're changing the game and we're making systems work for us.
Man, I wish I had another half hour for like everybody on this call. And it's only a 30-minute show, and we can talk about this for 30 hours about the work that y'all doing in community. So I really, before we get out of here, I really want to thank you, Jen, Jalila, and Wes for coming on y'all busy day, man. I continued the blessings that you've been providing people in this community. Thank you. So thank y'all a lot.
Yes, and thank you both as well for all that you do for community. It takes really all of us to do all this work.
And Jen, real quick, just how can folks learn about working in the Office of Violence Prevention and helping our community?
Oh, sure, yes. Well, you can find us on our website. That's MinneapolisMN.gov, all spelled out /OVP is our website. And you can also find us on Facebook. We do have a Facebook page as well, the Office of Violence Prevention.
Yeah. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all joining us today.
Keep up the great work. We appreciate all of you.
Yeah, much love.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you as well. And thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Absolutely. I mean, I just love to hear good people doing good work. You know what I mean? And these folks I know for a fact is out there doing the work. And just the relationships that they've been building with Community Kim, man, and taking care of people. When you help somebody, you don't remember, but they know you. That means you made an impact instantly.
Period. Right? And we ain't just talking about it. We actually see them. We see them do it. It's
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So that's our time, y'all. Kim, I'm finna ride out.
Hey, it's time to go. But hey, don't go nowhere just yet, because you know who's coming up next, Mr. Diddy in the City.
You got some shout outs, don't you?
Oh, you know what? My grandbabies may be listening. They FaceTime me on the way here. They like, what's the radio station number? I want to call in. Like, no, don't call in.
Don't do that.
But shout out to Kimora, Micah, and Lydia. If you guys are listening, you know, Glam, I love you. Right. All right, up next, we've got Mr. William Bake Show Baker, Mr. Diddy in the City, Mr. Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Don't Stop, Mr. Have It All. Yes, that's right. I think, it may be in the wrong order, but it sounded good, didn't it? It sounded good.
It sounded beautiful. Yeah, it sounded beautiful.
He is going to set y'all on fire this afternoon, so don't go nowhere. He'll be right up.